Hello and welcome back to another Origin video. In this Origin video I'm going to be running through the Glitcher Origin created by the Discord user known as 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼 from the Origin's Discord server. This is version 2 of the Origin that was released yesterday, and this is also another one of those Origins that has been requested by a fair few of you guys in the comments down below. This Origin is made for 1.16.5, you might be able to get it to work in 1.17, but I'll just make sure you understand and know that this was created for 1.16.5. This is a 2-impact based Origin, and running through the description, classic human but with glitched effects. Practically the idea behind this Origin is that you're a glitched human of sorts with a lot of weird genetic defects and a lot of weird oddities that make it so that your Origin abilities are very glitched and weird and wacky in comparison to what the normal human in Minecraft would typically have. Either way, let's get started with the abilities. Running through the first ability, we've got 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. Your health is glitched and does not regenerate naturally. So practically this just avoids the fact that you can't regen your health based upon your hunger, but you can still use health potions as well as golden apples and regeneration in order to regen your health. You just won't get health naturally via your hunger. Moving into the next ability, you've got glitched skin. Your skin looks a bit weird with a slight red color. And if you don't want your skin to be permanently glitched, make sure to hit the like button down below and make sure to hit that subscribe button as well, as it's extremely useful and helpful to me. Either way, continue. You've got a slight red color to your skin, there are some glitchy particles coming off of you, that's about it. That's pretty understandable and you can see it in the clip. And to follow along with that ability, you've also got stuck at 90%. Your health doesn't load correctly and therefore you're stuck at 9 hearts of health instead of the normal 10. I just like the creativity behind the descriptions of this Origin so far. Like, it's just pretty nice instead of saying, oh, you got less health because you got less health, you know, because you're smaller or something. It's like, you're stuck at 90% because you didn't load correctly, haha. Like, it's actually somewhat interesting, these Origins descriptions thus far. Anyway, moving to the next ability, you've got laggy moves. Due to being super unstable, you're slightly faster than the normal Minecraft player. I'm pretty sure we've all had that one experience, whether it be in Minecraft or GTA 5 or any other of the popular multiplayer games where there is some form of racing involved, where you see players somehow pass you and then disappear ahead of you because they're just lagging about, going frame by frame, jumping in and out of existence, going faster and faster because they're somewhat glitching out according to their internet. In reality, they're not really going that much faster than you, they're going at the normal speed they would normally, but because they're lagging so much, it doesn't exactly perceive to be like that towards you. Which is honestly really cool how they've decided to decipher and translate this Origin into an ability. The ability that you're just super unstable, you're slightly faster, you're perceived to be slightly faster. Well, you're actually slightly faster, but you're also perceived to be slightly faster. Moving into the next ability, shields are not as good as firewalls. You are unable to use shields whatsoever, because firewalls are better than shields. Even though they do effectively nothing in Minecraft, but screw it, firewalls are better than shields. This stated fact by this Origin, because yes. I mean, I know I'm joking around there, it's just like, I understand it, it's pretty funky, and it's a really interesting way of doing that. I thought like for a firewall it would maybe, instead of a shield, you'll get a permanent defense boost or something like that. Like, you'd get something different to interpret as some form of firewall, but hey, this works, this is fine. Moving to the next ability, you've got virus defense. You have natural protection. That is me right now after realizing if I just read the next ability instead of making my little half judgment there and saying, oh, why not add shields or defense boost instead of removing a shield via firewall? And here we are, you get a defense boost. My god. Just for a quick reference, I actually record this video in a way of going over, I do the ability, then I actually go over, play around with it, and then give my opinion on it and a bit of information on it. Then I record the bit for the next ability, so on, so on. So I do each ability individually on its own, so you get the merits on its own. So yeah, excuse me, I kind of don't want to edit that, but hey, you get to hear the process of me doing stupid. Okay, back to the information. Practically speaking, you get 5 armor platings worth of defense, which is honestly really good to start off with. That's practically almost full iron armor right there you get by default at the beginning, which you then can, of course, can increase based upon what type of armor you get moving forward. Now, one bit of information that I feel like a lot of people still don't understand half the time is that armor in Minecraft will only ever go up to a certain percentage before it gets maxed out, unless unless the mod is specifically made to break those limits, which the Origins mod is not done in that way to do so. Meaning that the armor will only ever be maxed out at the normal limit that diamond armor / netherite armor has by default, regardless if it gets maxed out by wearing iron armor, or even lower. Overall, just makes the necessity of going to diamond or netherite armor be more focused on potential durability gains rather than the actual armor gain that you get from those two new armor sets. Either way, moving to the next ability, you've got 𝓵𝓲𝓷𝓴𝓼. You do not take fall damage. Overall, considering the fact that you do not naturally regenerate health via your hunger, this is pretty useful to have, considering the fact that fall damage is the most common form of damage that you'll take in Minecraft, at least in the early game, because when you're running around, jumping around, doing all those bits and pieces, you'll often take like a 1 or half a heart worth of fall damage because you just so happen to jump over a gap that required to give you the 4-block drop, which is enough for fall damage, which isn't even that much, all things considered. Moving into the next ability called Immune, you're immune to weakness, poison, wither, and sadly for you, fire resistance. This is an interesting subset of abilities to be completely immune to. Weakness, poison, and wither kind of makes sense, as those are your debuffs that you kind of don't want to be dealing with too often. But the debuff of not even being able to have fire resistance is an interesting one to say the least. Overall, this just means that you're unable to swim in lava, you can't really do nether raiding too easily because you have to worry about blazes catching you on fire and having to deal with the fire damage overall, and it'd just be a bit more safer overall. This also means that if you drop into the lava pit, you're screwed because there is no way that you can counteract it, not even with a god apple. Moving into the next ability, you've got your backup reload. Using your primary ability key, you're able to glitch back some of your health back into an existence by reformatting and going back to a previous backlog save that you're able to glitch into existence that doesn't get quite corrupted. Practically speaking, going into more detailed terms, you have an ability that allows you to heal yourself overall, which is pretty useful to say the least, considering that you lose your ability of natural regeneration, and it's not like you're going to be able to get healing potions, regeneration potions, or golden apples too easily in the early game, unless you encounter a village with a living potion stand, but then you still need to get some blaze powder in order to run it in the first place. Which, quick question, is it just me, or do a lot of abilities that give you the ability to heal yourself often counter it by removing your natural ability to heal yourself using food, as well as the other way around? When you remove the natural regeneration, the Origin tends to also give you the ability to heal yourself without it. Another note with this ability, when you do heal yourself, you'll also be given nausea for around 8 seconds before that wears off, so overall it can be useful in sticky situations, but that nausea is a bit of an annoyance, so I guess it's up to you and your own opinion on whether you would use it in the middle of a fight or not. Moving into the next ability, you've got Wrong Place. You can reach further because the program thinks that you're closer, kind of in a similar vein to how you got extra speed because the program's kind of glitched out and you're a bit laggy. You just have the ability to also reach further than a normal Minecraft player. It's roughly about an extra block or two, so it's not exactly that much of a drastic difference, but it can be pretty useful in building situations, meaning that you don't have to build up 1 block high just to do your roof or other bits and pieces along those lines that could be quite similar. Moving into the next ability, you've got FPS drops. You take more damage from fire than what the average Minecraft player will do. Now you see where the ability of being immune to fire resistance may come into a massive pain in the backside for you, because you now take more damage from fire and you're unable to become immune from fire, so you best be avoiding lava and blazes and all those annoying pieces of annoyances in order to not take extra damage, or hope and pray to God that you don't die immediately when you touch lava. Anyhow,